Well, did I get taller? Like, welcome back, everybody. It is Party Astronauts versus Lowkey Esports. I think we're ready to jump straight into the in-game. No, we're not ready to jump straight into the in-game, but it is going to be a pretty good match. I mean, we've seen Lowkey Esports play before, and of course, you're no stranger to the Party Astronauts themselves, the people partying up high above. Initial thoughts for this matchup, you think?
I mean, obviously the favorites are just going to be the Party Astronauts, but Party Astronauts have not been as rock solid the last few or the last month or so, I would say, as we've come to expect out of them. So it's hard to say. Ponalone, I spent some time with this last week, and he's still ridiculous when he's
Nuts.
got that op in his hands and he's fragging.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely nuts. Ben Leet, big fan of as a caller. Just a big fan of the construction of this team, really top to bottom. On the other side, I've been impressed by Lowkey Esports. Droid, obviously a player I'm familiar with from the DC local scene, pretty well. Also, number one CS memer, possibly. I don't know. It's either him or Floppy at this point. I'd have to say.
Yeah, it's
For
a
the
tough competition for number one meme position.
It's if NA can export anything, it's memers, man. It's gonna be memers. So I do like this Lowkey
Mm-hmm.
squad, and I've been impressed when I've watched them play before. Junior was a name who really leapt off the server to me when watching them. So Overpass should be a good map.
Yeah, I think we're about to see a 50-50 in like every possible way. I think ninth round's underway as well, so we can just hop in that instead of looking at my ugly face and your beautiful face. It's giving me, bad contrast here.
My super tired face. You can actually trace the circles under my eyes on camera probably right now.
Wait, who is iPhone 7?
iPhone 7 is sidestep.
Okay, sweet.
Roll.
That's a solid roster, though. I mean, yeah, maybe they didn't look as solid because they've had to have some roster changes, but overall, this is a pretty solid roster.
Yeah. Oh no, like I said, I love the construction top to bottom. It hasn't. So when Floppy left, obviously that was a big piece, right? That's just a big piece. It's taken them a little while to find their footing in a post Floppy world, but I feel like they are doing so, and I do like the direction that this team has taken. Now they're going to go ahead and get started on that CT side, winning the knife round. It'll be a kit and utility on Ben Lee. You usually do see him take that sacrifice for his squad. It's going to be early presence towards Monster for Lowkey. Look like they want to test it, but they'll slow up for just a moment. Get ready to toss what utility they have in towards what seems to be a pretty straight up B take, Roy.
Yeah, and he's already been gushed down, so he's going to have to fall back, play a little bit more passive, but there it is. The smoke, the Molotovs, the flashes are coming in. They're perfectly placed, but Ponalone somehow stabilizing for that first opening kill. A second one, and a third coming in for Ben. It's all just crumbling down, isn't it? It's all down to physique, but he's not able to get much out of that, and Party Astronauts have kicked off the party in a pretty clean fashion, so 1-0 lead.
It's a nice way to get started. That's a very nice way to get started for the Party Knots, who have apparently abbreviated their name. I kind of like that. Just blend it. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Roy. Gonna be 4 SMGs and a scout. Not a single more traditional rifle purchased for the second round. I'd say that speaks to some confidence and a desire to put some money up early. And it's just gonna be bare Glock, so they should be just okay in this round. Though, as we saw in the last game, never say never for the egos.
Yeah, it is just Glocks, though.
Base towards A. That's is already pretty big. Blank's going to come in from the SMG, but they should honestly just be able to put enough bodies there to distract it. They wait just a little bit too long, but that bomb blank will be denied. It's just going to be Vizik and Vec, who, as these flashes fade, should be dead men. Still, he goes for the knife. Stellar. No shame. No mercy. He's going to pick up the knife kill early on.
You know what? I respect that. He's like, dude, we just lost 2 teammates. We need as much money as possible. Let me just go for this knife while this guy's a Glock. I respect that. I like that. You lose money, you gotta gain money somehow, Mike. And there it is.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right?
That's right. Now 5 AKs. That's gonna be tough against 2 MP9s, a scout, and an actual op.
That's what I would say. Is it's interesting. You don't often see when there's sort of these scrappy like third round buys. You don't often see a team pick up the off, but that just speaks to the importance of Ponalone for this roster. Zep did grab 1, but then he's traded, and that is not an equal exchange rate, I would say. His was the AUG, a big gun for this squad. They needed him to stay alive. A lot's going to be put on Ponalone's shoulders here, especially if they start to threaten A late. He is a master at sticking around in these bathrooms and finding op frags close up, long range, whatever you could ask for.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those players where if your team needs a pick, he's gonna consistently find it for you somewhere, somehow. He's pretty reliable at that. So, I think right now he's just lingering around in bathrooms, just waiting for any opportunity. Of course, Lowkey is on the other, kind of on the other side of the map towards B, and it seems like Monster is kind of in their crosshairs right now. A little bit of, you know, utility and pressure being applied by Lowkey before he rotates off towards the B site, but there's really no heavy firepower here. It's just the MP9s. Might get ugly.
Start to edge towards B. That's interesting. It's an interesting call. It's a very good circumvention if they find the timing on it. I suspect we'll start to see, as I say that, sidestep actually hedges his bets even more towards that. I was going to suspect to just leave that off on the island and let the rest respond. But this is going to be a big ask for Ben Lee. I don't think he spotted a leg there. He was so very close. That would have been the info. And here's the mistag. This could be him vulnerable. He is now dropped. And this might fast become a save call. Depends on how much damage Deller can now do with his bomb site itself. Staying alive for a moment, he's quickly dropped, but it's Sidestep who's already in position to bring some kills back. However, they're exposing themselves to that heaven spot, and Pwn alone with an op will rain down fire. Now numbers equalize. This is very viable as a retake, and Junior and Physic just gonna stop in their tracks. There's another shot, all on Physic, who cannot do anything against this Alpha Pwn alone. We built him up at the beginning of the round, and God, did he deliver.
Yeah, that was beautiful as well. I mean, I really like the communication between Sidestep and Pwn as well. I mean, Sidestep kind of made the MP9 noise, right? So they're all pretty confident holding that angle, and then bam, Pwn comes in with a big gun and just easily mops them up. It's slight, but I like that. Party Astronauts picking up a round they definitely should not have in the bag. Lowkey Esports, that was a round they needed to secure. Now, luckily, the bomb plan has given them a little bit extra money, a little bit of extra oomph in this round, so they will justify the buy here, and justified it is. I mean, it's 5 AKs, a lot of utility. I'm not too worried about it, but this is an important round here with the economy fully invested from these two teams.
Nice shot from Droid. Catches Stellar going for the boost, the hop. He gets himself a haircut he was not anticipating. So that's that gun down, tossed back. We're going to be reinforcing here, and they're ready for this B-bomb hit. It was early success for Lowkey that all kind of fell away, but this is a late boost, and that's going to really have them compromised. They have to fall off of it immediately, and Ben Lee now has to respond. He can't find the kill, and Sidestep follows him into the grave. That's going to be bomb site lost and 4 alive. You can't imagine they try and go for this 2 times in a row. And this time, Pwn is smoked off to make matters even worse. They're just waiting for him. They know that he's the big threat now. They're like, all right, provided Pwn doesn't kill everybody with the op coming in from heaven, we're fine.
I mean, the thing about ops and retakes is if you don't give up anything, they don't have the confidence, right? But as soon as they find that one kill, they're just like, maybe I can find a second one, and they go for that second duel, right? But if you don't give him anything from the get-go, it kind of takes away confidence. It kind of takes away his leash. I guess they tightened the leash. That would make more sense.
Yeah, it's like he's staked in the yard. There's only so far he can stay before it starts to yank him back. They've got a little bit of money. Pwn gonna shoot Septic in the foot for good measure. Just a nice little bit of
keep him on his toes.
Keep him dancing. And it looks like they're actually gonna get a full buyout here. So they really have to spread that money thin. But they should be all right. And where did the
op go?
Op go?
Wait, did they drop an extra? Wait a second.
They dropped an extra gun.
Why didn't Ben have it? Oh, there's so many questions. I need answers, but this is bad money management. This is why pauses are so important. Why do teams make important decisions in 15 seconds? I never understood that. You have 4 pauses in a game. Take them. Now early damage exchange. Stellar's already down at 34 HP. That's really going to weaken his kind of his aggressive options and cut off his confidence here to make any sort of aggressive play. So Lowkey Esports, they've done a successful job getting that early harass. Free damage. Best kind of damage. Now they're going to walk into water, but Vex on the other side of that wall. That could be an easy double kill.
I'm still confused about where they stashed that rifle, but it doesn't matter because the action is happening, and it's going to be presence taken towards the bathrooms. Pwn alone dropped the big gun for the roster, and that leaves Zeptic in a position where he is going to have to deliver for the squad. Droid has slipped right past him.
Game of cat and mouse.
Droid expecting the flank. He's not in need. He will fall. The op is now retrievable, and Ben Leek picking up a big kill on the other side of the map is going to cement, which should be a solid round for the Partisans. It's all on Obsidian, and he will find the first. There's the opener, but he's knocked down to 19 as a result. He knows that Sidestep is close, and Sidestep will bring through the frag. These have been scrappy rounds,
definitely
expensive, but the Party Knots, they're standing up.
I mean, they're setting up, but their banks definitely are not. They're closed.
Oh, it's not.
Let's see what kind of buy they can even scrap out of this one. That's not bad. Okay, triple logs. They have an ump on Ben Lee's hands. He's obviously very comfortable playing with, downgraded firepower. He's done it so many times for so many different rosters. No problem for him. So it's going to be an ump this time, not a FAMAS. A little bit worse for wear, but Lowkey Esports, they have a similar purchase, except the CZ instead of an SMG.
I think Ben Lead is the first player on any roster. Yeah, I'll take the lesser weaponry, set up its utility. It seems like every round he's taken a little bit of a sacrifice, just in terms of positioning and utility to help out his squad. And you like to see it. It's often a role that the IGL falls into, but it's one that Ben Lead, I think, relishes. Now we'll see if they can have success in this round. There's the swing. Ben Lead's actually going to do the damage himself, and nearly finds the second as well. Spray goes a little wide. Now it's getting messy on the B bomb site. Stellar retreats, gets a little bit of space, and now he's got support as well. And that support is wiped away. The peak comes out. The kill is found. But the bomb site is now cleared, and the plant will come in, Roy.
Yeah, these are great trades coming out from Lowkey. They're doing a really good job picking off the contacts and securing that advantage no matter what. But, he's playing with... Physique, he's exposed 2 times. Now the flashbang comes out. It's not going to be... he did not recognize that he's spotted from there. Okay, so it's down to 2 versus 2. Droid comes in. He takes down Septic. That's a flank eliminated. Now it's all down to Pwn alone, jumping out of heaven with the op. He has a smoke, so the smoke defuse is an option.
There's the first and the second. Now he has the information. Pwn alone can make this work. He actually swaps to the UMP. I think he maybe thought that was a rifle, but it won't matter. Okay, Pwn alone. Find the frag and find the round. UMP, any gun, just in the nick of time as well. Maybe half a second to spare, and he'll pick back up the op like nothing even happened and walk away with a 5th for the Power of the Astronauts. But once again, they cannot keep any bodies alive. They are right on the edge every round in a row, and now Lowkey with that loss bonus built up, they're just going to keep buying. They're going to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, all they need is that one round, right? As long as they make these rounds kind of messy like this, they just need that one round to give them a break and break this massive kind of lead that Party National has gone early here. Flashbangs are well placed. Everybody's blind. Obsidian looking for those duels, looking for that early pick, but I think Party Astronauts are playing this well so far. Now they have a crossfire set up here towards the long A side. They're just waiting for that proper flashbang to come in, but Junior somehow recovering out of that and finding the first pick. That leaves Sidestep in a bit on kind of an unusual position here, doesn't it?
Those are a couple of big frags for Junior. What a way to get started into this game. Obsidian finds another as well. So this is very bleak. And again, we've been talking about how rough the economy has been for so very long. Party Astronauts, it shouldn't take much to persuade them into a save. I say that though. Stellar is clearing out towards A, but that may not matter as the rest of the squad has moved into B. And Ben Leet is going to leave himself on an island here and just get into the site to deny a little bit of space. Do they expect him to have worked his way past the killer? He spots one, gets the second as well, but one more bullet was needed. So now the bomb will be planted, and it's just going to be Stellar. Wants to battle for this, but doesn't realize how far forward Droid has got. So the round gets picked up by Lowkey, and the economy is ruined for the Party Astronauts.
Yeah, that's a double reset as well. So Lowkey actually has it. As long as they don't mess this one up, right? They just need to tap this round in. It should be at least comfortable for them. They have rifles, armor, head armor as well, except on Obsidian, who's forgot the helmet. But it's not really going to matter because he has a really good long-range weapon. But Party Astronauts, they have pistols, they have armor, they have some utility. As long as Lowkey just take their time, use up the entire duration of the round to slowly push off these pistols, he should have this, and then he'll have the free round after that one. So this could be tied up quickly here.
This what I'll say is never count these players out with the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it time and again. The Deagle is just such a potential game changer. It's going to be presence out towards long, though. They're slipping up, and Ben Leet, once again, is going to have to stand up strong for his squad. He should have Vec, but the timing. He pulls off of it at just the wrong moment. Fortunately for him, Vec nearly lets him pass, but unfortunately for him, Vec is not that merciful. So there's the kill. There's the sight fallen as well. Podalone does pick up a kill on the flank, but there's someone around to babysit this gun, so it's going to be up to Zeptic to get the second kill, and Physique somehow has no idea that there could be a second player in that spot. He has completely voided it, but he will right his wrong. Zeptic caught off. Round should be lost. It's just going to be Stellar and Sidestep trying to find some kills on the edge.
Yeah, it should just be a butter round at this point, right? Just tap it in. No worries, no issues. Sidestep looking for that kill, and Sidestep finds that kill. Nice shot. A free weapon, but can he escape with it? That's the real question. Seems like Vex holding for it, but oh, he gives it up.
Sidestep was hoping for more. He's actually hoping for exactly that peak, just at the wrong moment. So Vex finds him, and once again, a good round for Lowkey. That is now 2 rounds in a row where they've kept 3 alive and avoided getting rocked by the Party Knots.
Now
So the Party Knots now going to be going one more time.
Yeah, this is the round where they can't lose a single person, right? This can stabilize your economy. You're going to lose your loss bonus as well, so you don't have that to fall back on anymore. Your safety net's taken away, so they have to make this round clean. They need to stabilize their economy here and keep it going forward, but they're going to go quickly and aggressively towards that monster. Here's a pit stack, Mike.
It is indeed. This could work out beautifully for the Party Knots, but not if Vex just kills everybody as they round around. So much damage from Vex, and he is just rocking targets with every gun available to him. Nice little eco 4K. It keeps it clean for the squad. Exactly what you said they needed to do, Roy. They deliver. And now the Party Knots still going to have an uphill climb, even if they win this flawlessly, because Lowkey didn't even have to invest much in terms of utility into that. I mean, that was the cleanest round you can possibly get.
Definitely.
He's got the mag. I love it.
Yeah, no kits as well, no head armor. I don't think that'll play a massive factor, honestly, but yeah, no head armor. They have, what, 3 smokes to work with already? No mollies. I think aggressive is their only option here, and that's the right decision in my opinion. Let's see if it plays out, though. They're already forward on the fountain. They're looking for that early damage, looking for that early duel.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm just watching bo1 here. Deliver with the shoddy. He's got a target hopping through the window. Vex trying to bait him out, trying to find the damage. bo1 has managed to stay alive for most of this so far. He's not down with the nade. And look at this forward positioning from Zeptic. He's actually slipped past Obsidian in towards the playground. I don't know. He's going to call this clear. That's the one player dropped the bomb behind it. But Zeptic is trying to slip past. This is all going to come down to timing. He catches off Droid as well. That's so much information. He knows there's another player there. He's somehow still staying alive. But Physic will eventually find the spray. Still a man advantage. And it's all going to be Physic now. All alone. This round has fallen apart in a matter of moments, Roy.
Yeah, and bo1 got a weapon upgrade for free off that, so the chances have gone even lower if they weren't low enough already. Zeke is a bomb on his back, and that's the only silver lining. He has an AK-47, but only 30 seconds left. He has to get past bo1 in water first, and then win a 1v2 after that if he even gets this one. But bo1, slippery. And Party Astronauts, they secured a very important round. That could have gone out of control quickly.
Also, the cleanest round I think they've had in the gun rounds so far.
Jesus.
I mean, this, right? The broken by, I think 3 alive. I'm gonna go back and check. No, they had, no, that was, because that was the anti-ego. Yes, this is the cleanest gun round they've had. 3 alive. So maybe they're finally gonna be able to build a bank. The only problem, no off. And we know how big that off can be in performance fans. Still, he's no slouch with the AK.
Yeah, I always say the most successful CT teams on Overpass seem to be the ones that are willing to take the risks, right? And kind of play aggressive. Passive is not really the name of the game on this map anymore. Now, Zeptic, once again, he's looking for those kills. He's hunting for them. He's up close and personal, and he has the perfect weapon to do so, and that's Obsidian for free.
How long do you think it takes before Lowkey just starts pre-firing that angle outside of playground?
Not sure.
He's done it a few times now. Spots the legs. Stellar. Just gets the little bit of the knee sticking out. Droid will find one to get the second on the swing. He'll at least buy himself a little bit of space, but it's a 2v4, and that flank's going to come in at any moment. bo1 finds the timing, and here come the frags. It all falls apart, and the Party Knots, now they're stacking that money up. bo1 gets himself an op for free, and they can start to roll here. A little bit of cashola in the bank, feeling a lot better about this. Got a little Harry there in the middle of the half. They're looking like they're going to cruise to a finish.
Harry like a gorilla, but now it's kind of shaved. And they have themselves an eco round.
Before?
Yeah, myself. Regardless, though, it is going to be Lowkey, not playing so Lowkey at all. They're just full W right now towards that A. Zeptic quick with the AWP. That's a nice frag. Goes for the shot. It's only a tag, but he's going to get overwhelmed. That's bo1. That's one of the supports gone. I'm surprised they're playing. Was that double off towards the A site? Now they're going to get overwhelmed. Okay, gotcha. They just swapped off.
He tossed the op over to Zeptic for some reason. They're having a little bit of fun with it.
Well, it's not so fun anymore. It's a 3 versus 3, plus an AWP in the hands of Droid and an AUG in the hands of Obsidian. So now we have ourselves a 50-50.
Most decidedly not so fun now. This is going to get very messy. Once again, messy gun rounds, right? Seems like we're back here. Question is, can Lowkey convert this? Obsidian does have the AUG now with the armor. That's nicely coupled up, and Junior has the AWP. So this is very viable. 55 seconds as we start to approach the site, and it is going to be A. That's the choice. BenLeet will have all the information if they try and go for the long rotate, though they could sneak past him in connector and in. And it looks like Stellar is hedging his bets towards that, but fortunately he hasn't withdrawn too far as of yet. And now the hit comes through. The damage is done. Stellar trying to set up a screen of bullets here, and it's effective. Sidestep now cooling off with Obsidian, but Obsidian will come out on top. It's a 1v1, 8 HP for Obsidian, and BenLeet coming in from the wrong side of the bomb box. He's just going to be looking for this last frag. Got an SMG to do so. All it's going to take is one tap. Did he just spot the knee? A little bit too slow. Looked away from it. I'm going to guess his teammates just called, you saw him bank, you saw him bank, you saw him bank. But Obsidian is going for the long con. He's going all the way around, and this could work out beautifully for him. He's the man in the clutch. Now he's waiting for that second tap on the bomb. It'll come through, and this could be the round. Wow. It is! Obsidian with the CZ wins it out for his squad. And Lowkey Esports, that was a ridiculous round they had no business winning. And Party Knots just let it slip away. How?
This is that was such an awkward. My butt was clenched the entire time watching Obsidian because he didn't get a single chance to reload his AUG, right? And that's kind of like the weapon that you expected him to be using in that post-ban situation over the CZ. That was so weird. Now Party Astronauts, they've dropped around. See, that's the kind of the double edge of confidence, right? It's like, yeah, you want to find those frags early. You have great fraggers on your squad, but then you get overwhelmed by pistols and suddenly everything slips out of control quickly. Now Party Astronauts are looking for those duels once again towards the A site. They've really they've been met with no resistance, and now Zeptic is giving away his position for free. I'm not sure why he did that. He lost the element of surprise, and Obsidian swings out and shuts Zeptic down. So A defense is weakened. Party Astronauts left in the dark.
So I know that this whole getting very aggressive up by playground thing can be very effective early on, but I'd really like to see them step away from it. Zeptic, it's once they have an idea that you're going to do this, right? It stops being the element of surprise and starts being the element of just give them a rifle or give them a player. Ponolo, unfortunately, is in position to reclaim that AUG, so it's not going to be lost to the CTs. He needed that upgrade. But now this gets very dangerous. They're coming into the B-bomb site with the full brunt of their assault. They've cleared out the construction player. It's going to be up to Stellar to lock them down on site. And he's up to the task, at least for one. But the trades are good, and the Ts are looking rock solid here. It's just going to be Ponolo. He's got armor, an AUG, kit, flash. This is worth saving. But as he's wont to, he's going to be looking from that heaven position to see if he can find a pick and maybe get this retake started.
I have to say, though, I mean, Lowkey's looking really nice right now. They have everything under control, and Pwn alone so much confidence to attempt this 1 versus 3 with only an AUG to work with. No utility, no Molotov to cut off any of the angles, and Junior says, Lowkey
are just playing a lot more disciplined than Party Knots, which is not how you would typically expect that exchange to go, right? The Party Knots are theoretically the more veteran roster, but they're playing very loose, very confident, and maybe they shouldn't be as confident because Lowkey are really giving them a run for their money here on Overpass. I mean, now we got a pistol eco, 2 flashes, really all you've got in terms of an upgrade. It almost feels like Party Knots played a couple rounds almost disrespectful, and they got punished for them hard.
Right. Now the aggression here is coming out. Perfect flash bang, and so many targets inside have been spotted. Obsidian, of course, cleaning up. Now they know where the last 2 remaining players are, so the entire map is open for business here. Obsidian will just do his best to maintain his life for now. All down to Zeptic, of course. There's a possibility for another weapon drop right here, but economic damage at this point, it honestly doesn't mean much.
Yeah, they don't get much out of it. You can't expect them to find much, but the problem is now it's a 7-7. Lowkey have done an excellent job of battling this back. I mean, they were down 5-1 at one point, and they just battle it back with 2 big chunks, 2 big 3-round chunks. And now they're looking to attack on a 4th here. They've got the double up on T side. That's bold. That is very bold indeed. Where do they take these big green guns, Roy?
Let's see. Junior going for that A aggression, looking to punish Zeptic, who's been relatively hyper-aggressive towards that A site. And they're doing it again, and I'm so surprised to not see Lowkey has found a response to this aggression towards the A site. And it's just redundant at this point, right? Like, how have you not managed to figure this out? And now Junior might lose his life as well, but actually, bo1 alone just doesn't even look in that direction at all. That part of the map was not clear. And now Junior's picking them apart one by one. Nice read by him. And Sidestep might lose his life inside of Connector, but his movement was nice. They dodged a few bullets right there. But it's down to a 3 versus 3.
I want to just sit Zeptic down and explain to him that if you hold the same tricky angle 4 different times, they're just going to start clearing it. I mean, that is like he tries to hold that bench again, and it's just so open, so they hard clear it with the op, and it drops. That's rough. Stellar's bringing back a kill, though, and so a man advantage is back. The problem is they've completely lost the A bomb site. This bomb will go down in a matter of moments, and the retake will be on. An advantage at the very least, but still a ton of utility left on Vec. He can start to dump that out to slow these CTs on the response. And there are no kits, so they've got to get done quickly here if they want to get this bomb defused.
That was so cheeky by Vec, but I think Stellar has read that out perfectly. Now Junior's in a 1 versus 3. The flashbang is very effective, but he's not able to lose his life quickly enough. And then Ben swings out. Perfect timing. He's hurt. He's wounded. You know that. Just clean it up right then and there. Let's not play games. And his party astronauts securing the lead. But this is an 8-7. That's a tough half.
That really is. That good to take that last round, but I think the party astronauts really underestimated Lowkey. That's my impression here, is that they were maybe taking this game a little for granted, and Lowkey have really shown them that should not be the case. You know, Lowkey are playing very solid CS. They're playing very individually skilled as well. We saw that nice clutch from Obsidian where he kind of played it to perfection with the CZ in the 1v1. There's a lot of rounds like that where players are just showing showing some strong form, and I really do think Lowkey are in good position to take this in the second half. Yeah, so we're on a different screen right now while we fix something in the background right here. It's kind of annoying, but there it is. We're back right now, but it's going to be hit towards the B site quickly, and party astronauts look to overwhelm, but the defense here, Lowkey trying to hold as tight as they can. In the USBs, Junior hunts for the kill. That is not what you're supposed to be doing, Junior. Stellar had a chance, gets mopped up. That, again, chaotic. This time, Lowkey come out on top, though. It's good to know that we're not going to get away from the chaos CS in the second half. You know, they let us know early on that it's going to get a little wild. It's going to get a little interesting here, Roy.
Yeah, sorry guys if you're watching right now. We're just trying to get that figured out real quickly here. We're having some issues with the Steam. It's causing some issues for us here on our end. And I think we're good to go. So Lowkey Esports looking to give some of the medicine the same treatment that they got, right? Aggression towards the A site early on. Now information is here for Vec. He can just pretty much focus. Oh, he spotted one player. Support. He needs it as soon as possible.
No support available. Ben Leet will find himself a kill, but he's actually just going to toss away that AUG. That's a wise decision from Ben Leet. He's like, there's no chance I am finding enough damage out of this AUG to justify letting them have it back. So I'm just going to toss it into the bushes and say, you know what? If I don't get to keep it, no one does. And that's very much like the play you expect out of Ben Leet, that very cerebral, like thinking 5 steps ahead and trying to anticipate what the CTs are actually looking for. So they'll have to reinvest in the most expensive gun they had on the server. Vec will pick that up. It's not a huge deal. As soon as you get 4 alive, they can certainly do so. But it's going to give party astronauts a little bit more of an advantage going forward, especially if they can convert this round where they have the gun advantage.
That take up close and personal forward on the sandbags, not able to capitalize off the element of surprise. So he's compromised for now. And I think this counter utility will start to come out here from Lowkey as they look to control the pace here for the party astronauts, which they seem to be heavily focused on that B site. So they're looking for that execute.
Player pushed up to it. That's a big move from Joy. What a peek and what a pair of frags. Really builds a bunch of space for his squad, but the problem is they've lost B as a result. Still massive to make this retake much more viable, but the bodies are dropping and now Droid is out of the server. Bomb can transition to be planted in a moment. There are still 2 players construction to be feared, and Junior has already worked his way out past Graffiti. He was blind, but now he might have the potential to backstab. I don't think they expected the spot, but Podalone anticipates it. Ever the aware player, and now it's all in physics, who cannot get out of the construction and is dropped. So that was chaotic. It looked like Droid's magical play pushing out of construction might have won it for them, but the party knots shut it right down, recover, keep 3 alive, and really stop the bleeding.
Yeah, I would have really liked to see Lowkey play that a little bit more disciplined. I mean, they had so much control. They had full monster control. They had full water control. They really didn't need to force that with the smoke still up, kind of denying the water. They should have slowed down, take their time, and mount the retake slowly but surely. But they got a little bit overzealous, I think. And Vec just wasn't able to capitalize off the sandbag boost as well, so that's rough. So 9-9, things are tied up. Both teams fully invested. This is a massive round here, Mike, and Physique is drawn first blood.
That is a big swing. That is a big swing. The second round with construction presence and pressure has punished Party Knots. This time, though, they do have at least a little bit of chance to make it up. Got 4 players up. They can group. They can play in unison. That bomb's going to transition a little bit late, but there's no one around to punish it. More passive holds from Lowkey back in towards the bathroom than what we saw from Party Knots. They are not pushing playground every round. So at least there's a little bit more conservativeness. And here the frags come in. Sidestep clears the first. I think they've spotted the second as well, so they should be aware that he's here. Now he's going to swing. He will still convert one with drop of close, but he's dropped. These trades are effective for the CTs, but maybe not quite enough. So now the retake will come in, and the bomb should be planted by the time they get there. Though if they hesitate, Physique, he might just get the backstep as they try and punch the numbers there, and he will indeed. There's the kill as well, as they were trying to clear spots. That leaves it all to Zeptic, who's got 2. I think he's got a good idea of where both players are coming from, but there's a difference between having an idea of what you need to do and being able to execute.
100%. And as soon as that smoke phase, that's 1 extra spot to worry about, right? And that's, as long as that bank player is playing passive and not giving away his life, as long as Droid's just kind of being patient, Zeptic's paranoia just gets higher and higher by the second. Zeptic has the bomb. He has the smoke that actually cuts it off, and then it's a good position to plant the bomb. Honestly, he has no vision from bathrooms, no vision from long to deny this, and he's found the first frag onto Droid, who had no choice but to go in that direction. Now it's all down to Physique, who's already crossed over towards the default box, and he catches Zeptic completely off guard. I like that from him. And it is 10-9. Lowkey Esports, they're looking sharp.
That was a big round for Physique. He got the initial pick out construction, as I recall. Finds 2 more in the round, including the last one to close it out. Very nicely played. And yeah, double digits for Lowkey, considering what a disadvantage they were at for large chunks of that first half. This is a really nice performance for them. Now 10-9, Party Knots on the reset as well. Maybe going to be forcing up some weapons. Never mind, they're going to be fully forcing in. I thought with Stellar and Sidestep's limitations, they might go conservative, but of course not. SMGs, MAC-10s, we're going all out here. They've got a ton of utility as well to close distance. Let's see what they go to. Looks like it might just be a bit of a monster burst.
Yeah, pretty similar advice for both of these squads. Physique, he's like, no way, I hear way too many people. But he gets caught off with the smoke in his hand, and Sidestep with the full spray catches 2 targets, going for that third, and does actually a significant damage, allowing Zeptic to clean that up clean. Now Vec comes through. Vec finds the kill, but he's overwhelmed with so many players on site already. And suddenly, with a minute 20 seconds left, bomb site belongs to them and is down to a 3 versus 1.
That was such a great change of pace round. Such a great change of pace round for the Party Knots. They say, you know what? We're a little limited here. They think they've got us. Let's just hit them. Hit them as fast as we possibly can. Just throw some MAC-10s at the wall. See if we can bully them off of the site. And the timing is perfect. As Sidestep rounds the corner, there's a player with a nade out. He gets the first. The flash then blooms and allows him to get the second. I mean, just really nicely played. Everything worked out on that execute. And now the Lowkey Esports, they're going to have this tied up. Party Knots, they brought it back. So 10-10, and nothing is safe here. And Lowkey saving a single off. Not going to have a ton to work with into the next.
Man, do we have a game on our hands right now. This is so tough. Neither of these teams have successfully clawed their way out of the economic black hole, really. At any point. It's crazy.
It's the Sarlacc pit. Once you go in, you're chewed up. Your money is chewed up for 1,000 years. It's a rough time.
And all Lowkey has is really the op in Junior's hands, right? He's the solo A player right now. But
and Party Knots say, no, we don't want to deal with that op whatsoever. They don't know where it is, but they've chosen wisely. They are going to bully their way straight in towards B. So that rotation is on, but it will be into heaven just a little bit too late. Somehow, Vec avoids the nades and finds the backstab onto Ben Leet. So that's well played. But he's losing his teammates in the meantime. This is going to be a tough situation. You've got to imagine Junior doesn't really want to commit this off. He's going to be thinking about it, though, and now he'll pay for it. Physique dropping means that decision is effectively made for him. He's out of there.
Gotta go.
Pretty clean round.
That'd be clean enough. They almost lost 2 players. They're still happy with that. Oh, now No, they definitely lost to 2 players.
But they're still gonna hunt. This is 100% worth it. Take the op out of his hands. It may not matter. He's gonna frag everybody apparently. Sidestep will eventually run him down. This got messy. The op retrieved and the op gone for Junior means that there is going to be one less obstacle to overcome this next round.
Yeah, Party Astronauts, if they want to avoid that black hole, this is the round. This has to be the round right here. This is probably their only chance to stabilize their economy if they are not able to do so.
Do you believe they will, though? Based on the way this game has gone, do you believe that they will keep this economy?
If I'm going to use the pattern, no, it's definitely not.
Some good early knockdown damage from the spam onto Vec. There's 3 smokes for the CT side. 3 smokes and an HE. That's actually kind of interesting. You bunch these players up, you wait for them to hit B, or you hope that they hit B, and you start just making it a ruin of smoke so nobody can see what's happening. CZs can find a little bit of damage in that instance. I don't hate the idea.
No, I definitely like it. It's better than just sitting with nothing, right? At least you have some sort of control. Junior, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not repeating that. There's way too many targets there in the long. He's just going to fall back. Long gate control forfeited and information gained for now.
Junior, he's going to set the long range shooting gallery. As I say that, though, the smoke comes in, so he'll set himself up in the one and done spot. Instead, I don't hate it for a deagle. You knock one player's heads off. Maybe you start to get the second with that deagle spray, spam, click. I've seen it happen before. It's definitely viable. But look at this position. He drops the smoke. Now it's known, and there's a gap in it, so Winnick can get that frag. There we go. Junior's got one and the second as well. He delivers on the position. Now it's messy on side. He's coming into play for the side, and bodies starting to drop. Visit. One as well. That's massive. It's all going to be on Droid, who's coming in from the flank and might actually have this. Winnick looking the wrong way. Droid converts it again. It's another big CZ clutch, this time for the Droidster. And you said they needed to keep it clean. They don't do anything of the sort. They give the round up, and Lowkey are right back into this.
And no, they literally said, where can we find as much mixed paint as possible and just throw it everywhere in this room type of not clean. This is... Is that too much?
No, that's crazy.
I'm mind blown by that.
We were figuring it out in the first round. We're like, okay, they bought a bunch of smokes. They've got CZs. They'll get messy on a site, and then it works beautifully. It's exactly like they drew up. Just make it super chaotic on site so they can't tell what's happening. Get close enough with those rippers of pistols and make them suffer.
Yeah, definitely. You also have to give credit to Junior, right? You got those 2 kills in long.
Huge.
Denied them the split potential, so they all had to come in through that little kind of a chokehold. And they made that round so much more difficult. But now Junior, he has another tough task ahead of him. He has several players on the other side of these walls. Molotov is well placed, but I think they might just move in front of it. But Junior finds one and gets to keep his life. But, oh, not quick before Ben chases him out from bathrooms. But there it is. A sight hit's coming in now.
These just straight hits seem to be paying out better for Party Knots than when they try and play slow. Straight into it they go. Ponalone's already going to be getting the plant, and while the rotation is in, Fizz might actually be able to catch Ponalone as he comes off the bomb. Never mind, it'll be Droid to do so instead. This retake is off to a stellar start. It is going to be on left to Stellar himself. Fizz goes straight for the defuse. Will get checked, but now it's all on Stellar, and they're defusing once again. Smoke in his eyes. He can't find the kill. Vec is playing babysitter, and Lowkey convert the round. That's a bitter pill to swallow for the Party Knots.
Definitely.
This is spiraling out of control.
Not yet. Not yet. We're still in sort of control. Lowkey Esports they're in the same boat, right? They're not really able to make these rounds clean either. They had, what, 2 players alive right there? Hardly. And yeah, they have themselves a full buy right here, but if they can't keep at least 3 or 4 players alive, they could be reset. And especially this late into the game, a reset is pretty much GG, honestly. But see how it plays out right now. Vec playing with fire up close and personal inside of the water. Okay, he's going to back out. Smart decision.
It's interesting that we're not seeing any sort of forward position. Very passive. Junior clears it out towards long. He's been rock solid with the op so far this half, without a doubt. And the Party Knots, they're now going to retrieve the bomb and just sort of group up, and I suspect kind of try and just barrel their way onto a site, use the one molly in the flash to clear a position, maybe steal away a gun, make it dangerous, make it chaotic, try and get that bomb playing out. It looks like they've chosen A, though, and that is not the easy option. That's going to be a serious amount of commitment. Maybe this utility draws a rotation. Actually, it's working perfectly. It's drawn one, and the second back towards him. Physics going to get the quick check, and as soon as he realizes no hits coming in, here we go. Straight on they go, and straight into the wall of bullets. Shut down. No chance to find much of anything in this round. But as I say that, bo1 has other ideas. Deagle rips the head from Junior's shoulders, but he's got so much more to do to be able to get a bomb plant out of this. And they're already rocketing the utility in the bullets to do the damage.
Yeah, this is a hard transition. No way. Too many targets on the A site now. They had an opportunity, but it's taken away. 13-11. Lowkey Esports. All right. It was not as clean as I would have liked. But at least they're not really on that double reset, right? They might be on that single eco territory, but they're not really at that double reset territory. So Party Astronauts, they need to claw in 2 rounds in a row right here, I think. And it has to start right here. Their lifeline is running thin.
Very thin. Very thin indeed. If they give this up, all of a sudden we're talking about in a round they control. That gets aggressive. He's not even punished. Manages to slip back into the smoke in a way that is perfectly played by Vec. Get the pick and fall. That's a wonderful start to the round. A big amount of their utility and firepower out now. The rest are going to group up for what will be hit. They've got no control towards A whatsoever. And there's 3 CTs in, and a 4th starting to hedge his bets towards this B-bomb site, ready to receive them. This is really well read by Lowkey.
There's so much forward positioning, but those flashbangs are absolutely perfect. Now Droid and Physique have found one each, making this defense a lot more comfortable for Lowkey Esports, and it's all down to bo1 alone. 1 man against 5.
But if there was going to be a man to do it, this would be he. He knows they're all around. Smoke are actually working against them this time. bo1's now found 2. I think may have spotted the 3rd. It's hard to tell with the way the smokes work out, but it'll be Obsidian who swings on him and frags him instead. So bo1's dreams are dashed, cut short. And with 3 still alive, Lowkey are looking good to close this out. The force buy immediately comes out from the party nuts. That's interesting. 4 SMGs and a single rifle going to be what they try and make it happen with. They do not want a battle for overtime. They want this in regulation. Lowkey Esports is going to have a slog for map 1.
Can you answer me something, Mike? Riddle me this. Why don't teams take pauses? Take a time out. Just time the game out for a second. Discuss this very important decision that you're about to make, which could have decided your fate. Now Vex up close and personal. There's so many targets on the inside of that smoke. He found himself doing some more damage, but he's lost his life, which has given up a lot of control here for Lowkey towards that A site.
They're racing, trying to get their bombs as well, but Fenley walks right into Obsidian's crosshair. This is so messy, and it's a lockdown angle from Droid and Obsidian, who just rock them into the next round. Map point picked up with so little to battle for. The party knots have let this slip away from them, and Lowkey have firmed up their control, their grasp on the map. I mean, this is rough for the party knots. You're going to see a Deagle on sidestep, AKs on the rest, limited utility, and a double up faced up against them on the other side. Junior probably going to be first point of contact here. If anyone tries to swing around that fountain, he is waiting to give them a haircut free of charge. And there it is.
Ooh. Man, he's so fast. That's crazy. I like that. I always love flashy operas. This is so much fun to watch. A little spam coming out from Stellar, doing a lot of damage to Vec, which weakens, of course, his confidence to make any sort of aggressive play. But right now, Lowkey Esports, they're pretty comfortable. They have a man advantage. They have Stellar down to 30 HP, which I'm not really sure if they're aware of that fact just yet. But still, damage is there. Now they have themselves a pretty good setup towards the B side. They have a lot of utility as well. So if any sort of execute wants to come in here, they will have the counter utility. Seems like it's just going to be contacting, yeah.
Contacting towards B. Molly goes in to clear the barrel spot, but counter utility is sailing in. It's getting so uncomfortable for the T's on site. Bodies are dropping. The trades are good, at least for a moment. That's still going to favor the CTs at this point, and especially as Zeptic loses his head from his shoulders. Now it all comes down to sidestep and bo1. 2 big fraggers for the squad, but make that just side. He's got to find a side into this round, and Molly's going to make his life very difficult. Has to drop the smoke to give himself space to operate. Finds one, nearly the second, but Obsidian lays him low, and with 30 HP between them, Junior and Obsidian will find enough to find the round, to find the victory, and to claim what I would say is an upset over the Party Astronauts. I mean, that's a big map to take for their campaign here in the Winners League.
Yeah, you have to give respect to Lowkey, man. They played that out well from beginning to end. I mean, yeah, they looked a little bit kind of dicey in the beginning of the first half with Party Astronauts got a massive lead, but man, I mean, they're really fragging it. Props to Obsidian as well. He kind of took on most of that weight early in the game as well, secured several key rounds for his team. But yeah, I pretty much agree. That was, in my opinion, a slight upset. I don't think they're a heavy favorite, but I think it's definitely a slight upset. We did not expect this to. But man, congratulations to Lowkey. That's a great pickup. I think that kind of bumps them up in the standings because they were tied, if I remember correctly, in the standings. But that is the conclusion of the night for us, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we don't have any more Counter-Strike for you. We really tried to make it work, but some teams had to reschedule. But tomorrow we have a lot of matches for you, so stay tuned. We will be back tomorrow, of course. And please, guys, as always, if you haven't done so already, please follow our socials: Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook for Winners League, as well as my own and Mike's Twitters down below. You missed the action, we have some replays coming up for you, but besides that, we are out of here. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
I've been keeping myself so busy, pushing out the misery, trying to find the peace in me.